Hey guys, it's ViewMasters Reactions, and we're back with Vox O'Clock for episode 10 of Critical Role Enhanced. VarnRevealed is the name of the episode. I'm very curious to see how this all plays out. I'm assuming Varn will be revealed in the second half, because for the first half, we have gotten dragged by Keyleth in the form of a shark to an island, so to speak. I don't know if it was an island, but it was like a beach type area. There was a cavern. There was a lot of undead running around. They all attacked Vax. They shredded him up a little. It didn't really do all that much damage, though. Then Tiberius fired a fireball at them after rising Vax up on a pillar. Took most of them out. I think he took 3 out of the 4 out. Then Vex fired some arrows, took that one out. We went into the cavern, and there was a chest. We didn't check for traps. The chest exploded. Inside was this great sword of frenzy. +1 to attack, +1 to rolls, and if you roll a 20 or higher, I believe was the number, then you get a free attack after that. So we give it to Grog. Grog has the sword. Inside was also a suit of armor that was totally destroyed, and about 400, not about, it was exactly 420 gold, because people commented on the fact that it was 420. We then were all kind of split up. I think Percy went back to get the anchor that Keyleth was attached to off the rock cavern, because Keyleth was still a shark. Keyleth stayed behind in shark form. The boat was over there, and then Percy went back to do his thing. Then a thing, I thought it was going to be a gigantic creepy spider or something. It was a ray, a manta ray. Well, they were calling it all sorts of things. They were calling it Mick Ray, a manta ray, a stingray. It dropped from the ceiling in the cavern. We all immediately ran. Like, Grog went full out rage and run. Pike tried to jump on Grog. Pretty funny, because she then fell and rolled down his body, landed in the sand or the dirt, whatever it was. And then Scalen had to run over, hug her, did a little thing, smelled her hair, and then dimension doored to the boat. We ran. And I thought that would have been enough for us to be done with it. It followed us. We all jumped on the boat. Tiberius is flying on a carpet next to it. We're all flying down the water. It then struck fear into the hearts of more than half of us. And then Grog, who was not feared, shouted back at it, frightened it. It then backed off like 30 plus feet. I don't know how long it's going to follow us. We have taken several shots out of it, all at disadvantage, and we have not hit yet. So let's just jump in. We're going to do about 15 minutes. That'll leave us with roughly an hour and a half for the live stream on Friday. If we hit the 50 likes, you know the deal. We haven't done it in a while. I feel like we've done it once or twice this whole campaign so far. If we do, we jump into the next episode. All these episodes, though, have been around 2.5 hours. This one is 2 hours and 50 minutes, just like last week. But like last week, it is also a 15-minute outro where we noticed that they just basically shout out people that donated money and stuff. So it isn't like anything of content. So that being said, let's just jump in. We'll see what happens on Friday. You want to see more of what I do? In the description is the link for Patreon. Well, you'll see the Patreon hour exclusive for every episode of Campaign 1 and 2. You want your own requested short movie? Go to the link, ask me to watch whatever you want at a certain tier level, and I will do so. That is how we have thousands of exclusives like Peaky Blinders, Doctor Who, Person of Interest. We also just finished Severance and Yellow Jackets, new seasons. Eureka and Cobra Kai's final seasons are done. We're doing Pushing Daisies, Good Omens, Once Upon a Time, Leverage, Warehouse 13, Sherlock, thousands of other movies and shows full unedited. Check it out. If not, Campaign 1, Episode 10, Critical Role Enhanced.
Hunter's Mark.
Hunter's Mark.
All right, you Hunter's Mark the creature.
Hunter's Mark on the board. Look right behind him. Yep. Talzin's pointing to it. Hunter's Mark on the board right behind us. Always remember Hunter's Mark.
Okay.
Yeah, we're going to do like a quick 15 minutes. We'll see how far we go.
Technically, because it's
Cancel out the disadvantage?
What I forgot to mention was Scanlan just did Big B's hand.
Oh, so I got it.
Scanlan did Big B's hand, and that gave us, he grasped it,
So,
yanked the manta ray down into the water.
Gives you a moment of bravery. You pull out, let loose 2 more arrows into the kind of slightly dark shrouded exterior of the boat. Both arrows strike true in the currently grappled oak-like creature.
26 for those 2 plus Hunter's Mark. Oh wait, no. 30 for those 2.
Nice.
And 9 for Hunter's Mark.
Wow, man.
Nice. So, the portions of it that are trying to squeeze free this arcane hand One just strikes through its wing, leaving a gaping wound in the middle where you can see it's going to have a hard time maintaining height at this point. The second one strikes it and actually pierces one of its red glowing eyes. You can set this horrible, painful screeching sound into the cavern as you can now see what was once two gleaming red piercing eyes left with only one and darkness on the other side.
We have blinded it on one side. Lovely.
That brings us
Lovely.
to Kima and Clarota. Kima, at this point in time, is kind of, unfortunately, at a disadvantage of finding out what to do. At this distance, being a paladin, she's going to attempt...
The middle finger.
Wait, so anyone
Attempts the
Nothing,
middle
she's gonna
finger.
wait it out.
That's one eye?
Extend your arm. Extend your
I see what
middle
happens.
finger.
Okay, so you're taking your turn after.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I'll follow suit. I'm going to give my little... No, I'm going to just straight up cast this because I have to. I cast telekinesis and I pull the eye out.
Oh my god.
Kill Bill style.
You're on?
dude.
Yes.
Kill Bill style.
Okay.
Telekinesis,
So,
rip out its eye.
Clarota at this time is also going to
Pretty,
go ahead and Mind Blast
pretty
on the
violent.
creature. It kind of moves to
I
the
like
back
it.
of the boat.
I like the violence.
And while it's currently grappled, it's going to go ahead and attempt that. The saving throw does succeed, so it only takes half damage.
But is it going to be blind? Half
Okay.
damage is one
Like
thing.
that, and then as you do telekinesis, go ahead and roll a d20 plus 5.
Okay,
Damn.
and do I have advantage because of the grapple?
The grapple does not give you advantage. So you have disadvantage on the roll technically because you are scared of it.
Okay. And that's my what?
Plus 5.
17.
17. All right. So as you focus your
Did he roll
energy once again,
disadvantage?
like,
I was saying this during the
facing
Patreon
creature is a
hour.
terrifying
That
thing.
Orion was pulling shenanigans
See that
again,
one gleaming
where
bit of
I don't know
red
if I'm
that
right,
pierces
but
the
I never
darkness.
trust him anymore. He rolled the dice.
the secondary
Then he
form
looked
around
at the
it
dice, and he goes,
disappears.
"Wait, how many dice do
You
I
can see where there
roll?"
was one, like,
And then he
two
goes,
gliding,
"Oh,
where it
okay,"
shows
and looked like
entirely
he picked
as
him up
that
and
gleaming
re-rolled
red
it. But he
is
did it in a way where
suddenly much brighter.
I feel like he
Yanked from its
questioned it
socket.
only
It
because
now
it was a
gives
bad
another
roll,
painful screech.
and then was like, "Oh, okay,
As
like
it's
that means I can roll again
blinded,
because I
being
didn't
crushed by a
roll
big
right."
hand, and you now have drifting amongst you at your control one of the eyes of this creature.
Put it in a little vial and keep it for later.
I like it.
I'm going to
Ripped
float
out
it
the
out
eye.
and put it in one of my pouches.
Okay, so
Make a
go,
good
go
cocktail.
ahead and write down in your inventory cloaker eye.
Cloaker. I'm going to smell it first.
Smell it first.
That wouldn't be that good.
You know exactly
What
what
That was a bad idea.
bastard are you?
All right. Tom, this guy's
A
not having a good day.
cloaker. Well, we
Vax,
did
you're
see
up.
multiple
Alright,
versions.
dagger.
In the Patreon hour, Matt said it appears like there are two more that just randomly appear. So it's like
afraid.
cloaking
You're
itself.
Okay.
Well, cloak would be
Alright,
like
so first one.
You have low
invisible.
light, so you're fine.
Okay.
not like an mirror image.
First
Someone
one's
said maybe
26.
mirror image.
Hits.
Second one is 26.
Hits. Because it is blinded, you do have advantage on it, or not advantage. You have you're able to sneak attack.
Ooh.
All right. Okay. So.
It's currently held aloft, grappled by the hand. It has no visual
Manta
sight
Ray's a
currently.
loser.
11.
I had
Okay.
no idea we were even fighting.
21.
Okay.
24.
23.
23.
23.
All right, how do you want to do this?
How do you want to do
I'm
this?
just going to. I saw where Tiberius
We
pulled
have
the eye out, and that's
Killed
what I'm aiming at, is his
the
eye
manta
socket.
ray.
So I flip it up in the air, and when I catch it, I immediately let go and fill in the blank.
Okay.
Suck it to me.
So, as the creature's flailing about
Sock
in
it
torturous
to
pain,
me.
suddenly the dagger slinks into the empty socket in the front of its face. As it does, its body tenses up and kind of reaches out against the force of your arcane hand. You actually have to kind of like focus to keep it in place as its final death throes. All of its tension, and then falls limp within your grasp. You now have this limp creature at your disposal.
Oh, I'm gonna bring him to the boat.
As Scanlan slowly drifts over the limp body of this creature to the edge of the boat.
What was it? Can we loot him?
Can we loot him? It looks like a
Scales and
vile. Matt described it as like a thick leathery coat.
Indeed.
Like he said, it looked like if something like I think he described it as like if a cloak, a thick leathery cloak could come to life. It made me think of Doctor Strange, but I don't know if Doctor Strange. I don't think Doctor Strange the movie was even a thought at this point. 2015. Doctor
Here's
Strange
your
might
number
have
for you.
just
Nature of History 1.
been coming out or around that time.
Nature
I don't
of
know.
Arcana,
Doctor
that's
Strange. Let's see. When was Doctor Strange? Because
Oh,
I
no,
feel like
no,
that's what I
Arcana,
immediately
roll for
thought.
Arcana.
But I'm I feel like
Yeah,
Doctor Strange might have
25.
not even been out yet.
No, this creature is a cloaker. It's an
Doctor
aberration. It's one of those creatures that kind of drifts over
2016.
from the far realm.
So it
or
was
at
a
some point in
thought.
time drifted over from
They
the far
probably
realm
knew of
and
it. It
is
probably had a
an
trailer.
unnatural entity to this point.
But this was before
They
Doctor
normally live
Strange came
subterranean.
out.
When not moving, they are nearly
The
invisible,
original.
blend in, almost looking like just a straight
Multiverse
leather
of
cloak
Madness was
left
2022.
and discarded to the side.
Great.
Hence the
So-
name cloaker.
Cloaker.
Oh, where's the map?
I've got
I
a great
like it.
idea.
Hence the name
I
Cloaker.
want to sit and I want to skin this thing.
So it was
Yes.
a variation of what I was
You
saying.
can have the teeth. I'm going to skin
Okay,
it.
so you guys are now currently in this boat, drifting along in the open area, kind of over on that side.
Should we make our way to the
Skinning
little
a cloak.
island?
We can make, or we could go to those strange buildings that are off on the northwestern.
All the way up and over?
Yeah, we could.
Oh,
go
well, I
through
was,
on this end
I was
of the
gonna say
island,
we could go into this cave
all the way over
here.
You know what? Maybe move
Look at
some
Marisha.
space
I was
so
like, what is
people can
Marisha
see.
laser pointering? I'm like, oh, you could actually see
Keep
it.
going, keep going.
She was
There you
laser
go.
Well,
pointing.
what about this cave?
Look at this. I like
And
it.
now
Well-
your big pint is in the way.
There.
I love
The
too
only
that we're
thing is-
investigating all of this area. We were talking in the live
Is
stream
I'm
weeks
afraid
ago
that if
how
we keep using
these
up all our
old
spells,
drawn,
then we won't be able
hand-drawn
to
battle
take down the
maps
big baddie if
or
we
maps
can
in
win.
general.
Oh, we need a rest.
Well, then
it's
we need a
kind
rest.
of
We need a
nostalgic.
rest.
I like it.
I wanna
Going
be
back
able
to
use my trying
basics.
spell before we try anything.
Oh, okay. So
you wanna-
maybe we make
Wanna
our
hit
way to
that
this
beach and
cave.
try and-
Yes.
Sure.
Make
How
our way
close are
to
we?
this cave.
How long will that take? Like,
Well, if you guys start heading that direction, you'll find out.
Let's start heading that direction, and I want to skin this creature.
Okay, as you guys are moving along, you leave a little space for Percy, and it's a little unwieldy. And
I like how
it's hard for you to
Townsend said
for him
it.
to do
All right,
this, so
let's
it's not
make
gonna
our
be
way
the
that
best
way. I'm gonna
job.
skin this
Not
creature.
going for craftsmanship.
Fair enough. As you're kind of plucking what you think might be interesting from this creature's body, as in the process of skinning it, you probably take a moment to realize that a normal blade is going to have a hard time cutting through its hide, so you might have to borrow one from.
I sing a little song to inspire him. I sing, when you're trying to skin a cloaker, here's some inspiration. When we're on a creepy boat, here's some inspiration.
I wanna feel you, baby.
Alright, that's
I wanna feel you, baby. Say
What you tell inspiration
yeah.
is.
Hey,
One need you more
I'm
than
making
I.
a camo canopy.
Chicago.
Okay.
You're
This is
the
going to
meaning
be
in my
a
life.
survival check.
I didn't realize what he
Go
was
ahead and
singing
roll
at first. I'm
survival.
like, I'm sure I'll get it after a little more.
I'm
pretty sure that's Chicago.
22.
17.
Any Arcana enchantment to help if he succeeds. Let's see it.
Okay.
17.
17. Did you add the inspiration dice to that?
I
Or-
didn't.
Okay. You don't have to if you don't want
No,
to.
I'm keeping it for later.
Okay.
Keep it for
Oh,
later.
it only lasts 10 minutes.
Oh, does it? Only last 10
A
minutes?
lot can happen in 10 minutes.
Oh, in that case, 26.
26.
26 will make a difference. Okay, so
There we
the
go.
confined
Good
space
thing
on the-
Sam
on the
said that
ship,
because
as you guys
I didn't
crest
know
around
that
towards
either.
the northern side of that island. You begin to move around. You can see to the right of you there is a tunnel that filters outside of this cavern that is just a continuation of the water, a river on the far end.
Yeah.
You don't know where it goes. It just appears in the darkness, and you can hear in the distance a light sound of rushing water.
Can I kind of use my shark eyes to look down the tunnel?
It begins to curve about 20 feet in, so you're unable to make much past that distance, and it just looks like a
How long
continuation
can
of
Keela
the
stay a
water flowing
shark?
through
I was saying
or
this in the
into. You're not
patron
gonna be
hour.
able to tell from this
I feel like she's been a shark for a while.
As you curve around the top,
I'm waiting for at a point for her to just like convert back into Keyleth in the water and like
you manage to
half
pull from
drown
it all the teeth
while
in the
pulling a
process.
boat. She's also pulling a boat.
So that comes to about roughly 45 cloaker teeth. You don't know what that'll be worth, but you have that in your disposal.
Maybe a necklace type area.
So you write down
45. Yeah, make a
cloaker
nice
teeth.
necklace. Yeah, there you go.
You managed to skin
Orion was doing it.
most
Had
of it, most of
45
the top of its
teeth
hide
cloaker necklace.
usable. It's still wet. It's not, nothing dry or and it'll take a while to do that, let alone in an area where it's dry and surface. But you managed to pull most of the top of it off, so you have this kind of wet, skinned portion of the back of the cloaker at your disposal.
I'm going to function. I'm going to build a relative canopy specifically for the left side of the boat, so that anybody so that we're protected
I like
and
it.
visibly obscured from anybody in the city.
Okay.
We
go
are
ahead and make,
using
a
the
tinker
skin
check.
of the
what's the
creature we
bonus
just
on that?
murdered
Well,
to
that should be
hide
dex,
us.
believe.
I dig it.
thank you.
I mean, that's pretty inventive.
+4, because you're proficient with it.
Oh,
So it's your dex plus your proficiency modifier.
that's 5, 6, 9, 10, 11.
11.
I rolled really badly.
Yeah, you did. You managed to find. You still have the hide. In the time it takes for you to get to the beach, You don't have much material at your disposal, and to fashion anything that's on that side, most thing you manage to get is a slight lift to it, and by the time you get to the beach, it just collapses on itself.
Okay, so once we're at the beach and we have all evening, I'll make another attempt.
Okay, it'll take you some time to probably do that. Unfortunately, it's doable, but it'll take a while.
Another.
I rolled 2.
It's okay.
It's
Better than a 1.
As you make your way towards the beach,
Better than a 1.
Keyleth, you see in the distance in the water what looks like something slinking on the very, very bottom of this underground lake. Probably a good 50, 60 feet down. You can just barely make out, looks like a dark form. Probably about 100 to 150 feet away. And it's only because of your shark form you're able to make out any sort of semblance of it, but it looks big and it looks like it's just slowly moving through the bottom of the lake. It doesn't seem to be moving towards you.
It's just a thing. There's gonna be things here.
Loch Ness.
It could just be a thing.
Like
The
one
fact
of
that
those
Matt's
party
saying it
cruises
is
where
leading me to believe it's not a good thing.
But to
He isn't wrong.
Submersive party.
There's
Oh,
going to
so
be
the
creatures and things
wait,
around.
Are we still
But
really far
You
away?
guys are about maybe 200-300 feet from the beach.
But we don't. But
that's
we
not-
don't see it
that's super
because
close.
we're on the
No
we're
idea.
on deck,
I
right?
No matter
Yeah, I
What if we?
We don't see it, right? Only.
Only
Yeah,
Keyleth, yeah.
I dropped them off the beach.
Let's dry dock the boat.
Okay,
Let's pull it
I'm
up
gonna go ahead and ask. I'm gonna ask Keyleth. Go ahead and make a stealth check. In shark form.
A shark stealth shark.
While this is going on,
So yeah, the dex bonus of a shark's form is 0. So just go ahead and roll a d20.
That's not true. It's +1.
Giant shark, according to here.
Trish.
So it's a 1. It's a 0. Dex is 11.
giant shark.
I
Yeah.
was looking at my.
Shark argument.
I was looking at mine.
17.
Yeah.
17.
She's
okay.
like correcting Matt,
As you
and she's like,
definitely
"Oh
drag
yeah,
the
I'm looking
boat,
at mine."
At just the right distance to curve around this
Matt is like,
large
"Don't
subterranean form.
dare."
It doesn't seem to take notice,
Question
and
me.
eventually drifts far enough away where you
It's
can
in.
no longer make any sort of visual connection with its form.
For now.
You make your way to the side of the beach. You drag up to the point where the ship begins to hit the gravel. You kind of curve to the side, and it lifts up and comes to a rest at the top of the gravel beach. You guys all step off the boat, and you're now. Okay, so Groggy, go ahead and haul the boat up
I'm
onto
gonna
the
cast Pass Without a Trace on all of us right now.
Okay.
I go ahead and unshark myself.
Finally,
Okay.
And I'm going to look for bad things.
Yeah.
Maybe.
What's the
Unsharks
layout of the
yourself.
bee? Is it just
I think
a-
we should
I mean, I
also-
love that Keyleth can do
Okay,
all these
so-
animal forms and stuff.
Looking
I
at-
saw
looking
bits
at
and
the beach
pieces
here,
of that
it's an
during
open
the
beach.
animated
You see
show.
There are a few rock
But I like that
formations,
this
like
happens
small,
often.
10, 15
The
foot tall
elementals,
portions of,
the
like
eagles, the
stalagmites or
shark.
stone that have been either originally been here for a long time or have been constructed or put there to jut out of part of the beach. But for the most part, it's just an open gravel beach that slowly comes to stop at the edge of the cavern, and there is a tunnel about 15, 20 feet wide ahead of you.
Is there like a half submerged Statue of Liberty?
Planet of the Apes.
I got a 16 for
16.
perception.
You do not see any sort of half-submerged Statue of Liberty. My apologies.
Bull crap.
How
It's
far away
there.
are
I
we
know
from-
it's there.
From the main island, is it like Dumbo to Manhattan distance, or?
I'd say it's probably about a good half a mile or so.
Okay.
All right.
Not bad.
I would like to perceive if Lady Kima has been giving me any second looks after I intimidated on flappy wings.
Make a perception check.
Check it out.
10 plus probably nothing.
Kima's reaction. Yeah, because Grog screamed
It's hard
at
to tell.
that
She's
beast.
very focused on the task at hand. Her eyes have been, for the
and
most part, up in
frightened
the air
it.
around you.
Grog frightened it
Unfortunately,
away.
Grog, you don't think she's paying much mind to you at the moment because she's more concerned about keeping the group alive and where you guys are currently headed.
Yeah, Grog.
You have to try harder to get her attention.
next time.
It's okay.
It's okay, Grog.
Can we look around and see
She's
if anything,
playing
anything
God.
dangerous looks
Yeah.
like it's around? Look, I'm looking up on the ceiling of the anything.
Now that you know kind of the idea of what to look for a cloaker, go ahead and make a perception check.
So this is like something common in caverns, I guess.
29.
Okay. You guys glance around and currently looking at the walls and the exterior of this beach area, nothing matches the description of what you saw in the previous cavern. For the time being, it
Now
looks
we're
relatively safe
cloaker
on this part of
professionals.
the beach.
Okay.
And there's cave.
There's a singular cave on the far end. Like it lets in. There's a slight outcropping, and then it leads into that one 20-foot wide cavern that goes deeper.
I'm going to creep up just to the edge of the cave. I'm not going to go in. And then is it a separate perception check for the inside of the cave as well?
That would be yes.
Yeah. All right.
But we want to make a stealth check when we're
Yeah.
going up there.
Yep.
Stealth check first.
Stealth check is good. It's a 31. 31.
31. Okay, so Making your way up, you kind of dodge from low to the side of the beach, jumping from these strange stone platform to stone platform, kind of keeping them for cover. You make your way up against the side of the wall, begin to glance inside. Go to make a perception check.
I'm intrigued by all this.
19. It's pitch black in the cavern. You have no light source. Unfortunately, you have dark vision, which does help you to a certain extent. You cannot see the entirety of the cavern, but you can see about, let's say 40 to 60 feet in. The beach gravel comes to a halt, and it becomes to this kind of smoothish stone flooring. You don't see anything particularly that catches your attention.
Manufactured or made, or just cave?
It looks like it has some natural kind of change to the topography. Like it doesn't. It's not like a polished floor,
Right.
But it's definitely been worn over time.
Can we?
Could be from water.
Is this cold? Trying to look
It
in.
could be a tide
We
cap.
have firewood bundles and stuff.
I'm
Wanna make
wet.
fire?
I'm wet.
It's a really cold thing.
Hey, prestidigitation.
Oh,
Now you're all dry.
That is it, everybody. That is it for the Vox O'Clock portion of episode 10, which is Kavarn revealed. Obviously we have not revealed him yet. I was saying during the episode, I love that we have this old map that is hand drawn and we're going around to all these caverns. I also like that Matt was like, now that you know what a cloaker is, you now can determine whether or not there is a cloaker in this cavern, which there clearly wasn't. We rolled pretty high. I could see everybody is thinking like I am. I got really quiet because I love when Matt describes things. It puts me into like this total trance. I say it all the time. I literally realized about a minute or two in that I have been completely silent and I'm totally focused in on everything he's saying. And I didn't even have time to think because every time there's like a close to a moment of silence, somebody else asks a question and he goes more into the descriptive nature of everything. Everybody was in the same mode as me. They're all like just captivated. I'm like thinking in my head, I haven't spoken like a few minutes and they haven't spoken a few minutes. And everyone is just like drawn in and on complete focus with Matt Mercer. Keyleth was like, I'm freezing. We just had Tiberius make her dry or whatever the hell he did. What was it? Prodigious? Something like that? Whatever the heck it was. I have a feeling we're going to go around from cave to cave and follow the water. She's no longer a shark for the first time since I can remember. I'm pretty sure throughout the entire live stream into this episode, I'm trying to think of when she was not a shark. Was she a shark for the... Yeah, because Percy, when we were fighting the undead and the cloaker and everything, Keyleth was like a shark for like an entire like hour or two, and she finally is no longer a shark. I mean, I kind of dig it. I wasn't like hating on the fact that she was a shark. I was more thinking that it's crazy how long she was a shark. But regardless... Very cool. I like that Grog wanted to check Kima to see how Kima's reaction was to him freaking out the cloaker. I mean, at the end of this episode, Kavarn revealed is the name. So, like, in the next hour and a half, we're finding out who or where Kavarn is, and I can't wait. You guys, if you want to see the live stream, it's on Friday at 5:45. If we hit the 50 likes, we'll jump into episode 11. You want to see more of what I do? In the description is the link for Patreon where you'll see every episode of Campaign 1 and 2's Patreon Hour exclusive. You want your own requested short movie, you go to the link, ask me to watch whatever you want at a certain tier level, and I will do so. That is how we have thousands of exclusives like Peaky Blinders, Doctor Who, Person of Interest, Eureka, and Cobra Kai's final seasons have ended. We just finished Severance, new season. Yellow Jackets, new season is ending very soon. Pushing Daisies, Good Omens, Once Upon a Time, Leverage, Warehouse 13, Sherlock, Schitt's Creek, thousands of other movies and shows full on edited. Check it out. If not, comments down below, like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.